Hello, everyone. Welcome back. So, today, as requested, I am going to be filming our homeschool curriculum. This video is mostly about what has worked in our homeschool and what has not, what we're going to change for next year, and what we're keeping the same. So first of all, I would like to talk about our routine, our morning rhythm, or whatever you may want to call it. It's not like so heavily regimented, like probably the way my husband would like it to be, but that's just the military in him coming out. He thinks we are far lax. But other homeschool moms are like, gosh, y'all are like really structured. But I don't think that we are. I just feel like we kind of have this flow that we just kind of ease into. So I usually wake up around 6:45 in the morning, and then I have my coffee and I'll sit with my diffuser and just some quiet. That's literally all that I do, is just sit in the quiet. And then the kids start waking up around 7:15, sometimes 7:30, sometimes 7:45. Now, if it's after 8, I will, like, the latest that I'll have the kids sleep in is probably 8 o'clock. But I usually don't allow them to sleep in that late. Like if they're really tired, 8 o'clock, maybe 8:15. And then I'll start trying to wake someone up. But if I can tell, like if they had a rough night or, like it's obvious that they really are tired, then I will let them sleep in just for a little bit longer. But typically by 8 o'clock, 7:45, it's time for breakfast. After that, then it's time to do our morning routines, clear off the breakfast table, brushing teeth, washing face, clothes on, beds made, room straightening up. And while they're doing that, I do the same. I make up my bed, I throw a little clothes in the wash, make sure that I always have a clean house. I always wake up to a clean kitchen. I don't like all that stuff around me, and I don't want to deal with doing it in the morning because that quiet time is not my time to have to fill out stuff for the kids, get their paperwork together and their books out. I don't like doing that in the morning. I like a slow, meaningful morning. Even as they're eating breakfast, I'm still just kind of sitting on the couch with my coffee, sipping it. And I prefer not to have to lesson plan or get books and stuff ready. So I do everything the night before, and it helps out a ton. I cannot homeschool in a messy environment. I mean, my kids do make a mess as we're doing school, but that's okay. That's school stuff. But now I'm even starting to have them make sure they just keep their things nice and neat under their tables and stuff. It's just, good habits. But anyway, so that routine, that structure in the morning, that's going to stay. It's been working and I just love it. Now let's talk about curriculum, what we've used. So the first thing we're going to talk about Mr. Elijah. Elijah is my third grader. Now, I'm just going to let you know now he's in a third grade, but some of his books do say grade 2. And that is because, last year we did a mid-year shift from year-round schooling to summers off. We did that right in the middle of the school year, and it did set us back. It set us back because we were taking our breaks through the school year from around September through November. After the break, the Christmas break, we switched to summers off. At first I was a little annoyed by that, but then I've been like, you know what, I kind of do like that better, having the summers off. So yeah, they did fall behind in their curriculum, and I'm not ditching that curriculum. We just picked it back up, So anyway, we're using Horizons for spelling. Love this curriculum. I love how it teaches the children. They will learn patterns of phonics instead of just memorizing the words. Now for spelling, I do rip out the pages and put them in their spelling notebook, but this is a typical lesson. There are about 5 lessons per unit. Right now, we're not quite done, but we're going to, by the time we're done, he's going to be done with this even before summer school lets out. We are doing summer school, and it's probably going to be about an hour a day of work. Not even that much, I don't think. But yeah, we have summer school so I want everybody on grade level. And I want all this curriculum completed, at least the majority of it. We don't have to have every single page done, but I don't want a big waste of money. Last year for second grade spelling, I could not find a good rhythm. he was not grasping the spelling concepts, and it took months for him just to complete one spelling list. And then towards the end of the school year, he did get it. And then we only got a few lessons done, and I pretty much ditched it, and we moved on to level 3, which was totally fine because, I mean, he didn't miss a beat. He's doing good. He's passing and knowing his spelling words within a week's period time now. Well, 5 days time. I did have to incentive size the spelling so that they would, learn their spelling words within a week, but it works. So that's totally fine. So Horizon Spelling, it also comes with this dictionary. Every now and then he may not know what one of his spelling words means, and I'll just have him look it up in here. I used to have him write them down, but to me that was a complete waste of time. I'm like, you know what, just read it if you don't know what it means. A huge miss Horizons Health 3. Didn't like it. It's too teacher intensive, like the teacher book. I mean, they have these activities. Excuse me. So basically what you'll do is you'll take your teacher's guide to see what they're working on. I mean, I did like his because his Elijah's health, like right now we're doing drugs and medications, which is good because they're always asking about illegal drugs and what they are and stuff. So we get to delve really deep into it. Last year, as you may remember, I told you I was so impressed with Horizons that this school year I decided to buy the complete set. Not sure how I feel about it. There are only 2 things in the set that I probably wouldn't do. But this particular health, I don't like it. But what I did like for next year, we are using their health. But this year, I'm doing it as a group subject. I don't like having my kids taking 2 different health classes because they end up joining in on their health class anyway. So it's like, why not just save money and just buy one course instead of 2 different courses? Jerry and Kelsey could totally handle it. And the way I structure it, even for their first grade health, I make it so that Elijah can enjoy it too. He enjoys the lesson, so he's absolutely welcome to sit on it. I don't say, you cannot do this first grade class. Come on, the more the merrier. You know how I roll. Next, something else I didn't like was their penmanship. I'm sticking with a reason for handwriting. I just honestly feel this is not enough practice for a kid that needs to learn their letters. It's just not. So I ended up, now you know me, the moment I have to heavily supplement something, that means I don't need to use it. I'm sorry, that's just how I feel. But I did not like their penmanship course. And the reason why, like I said, I just felt I had to, for him to just now be learning cursive, I had to print off some free resources that I actually did like. Let me show you what I found. I'll be right back. Oh, I actually grabbed his folder. This. And I laminated it so he could do it over and over. Understand? I could laminate his other one, but like I said, I still felt there was not enough practice on it, so I didn't like that. But he is still doing a reason for that he didn't finish last year, and I'm doing this because he also needs to do his print handwriting. No. I'm not gonna say he didn't finish. What happened was I bought him 2 levels for handwriting last year, and he completed 1, and this is the one he didn't. And I was like, I had intended to save it for this school year, but then I was like, oh, well, he needs to learn cursive. Let me start him on cursive, and which I did. But now it's like, brother, you need to improve your handwriting as well. So, but next year we're just sticking with a reason for handwriting. You know what? Before I do grammar, I'm going to do reading and phonics. This is one of the ones he has book 2. We are like literally done with this. I mean, he's like on lesson 158 or something like that. And there are 160 lessons. I already have his 3rd grade curriculum because he didn't even get to that I bought last year because he was still doing this. And for this type of thing, this is something that needs to be completed. So we're nearly done with this. And yes, he will just start reading 3 next year in his 4th grade year. And that's okay for me. He can totally do it. We just do what we do, and he will be just fine. He's going to get everything that he needs. So this is the like phonics lessons. Like this is like an alphabetical thing here. This is book 2, so he's nearly done. You know, some tests that he did really, really well on. And I think for, excuse me, for book 3, that's it for phonics for Horizons. They don't do phonics past 3rd grade. But yeah, we are going to start his 3rd grade level next week. We're going to continue on during summer school. I forecast by the end of December, he should be wrapping up his 3rd grade year. Maybe. But it's no rush. We go at our own pace and we learn how we learn. And this is not a race. And then it comes with the reader. We're reading The Little Princess. My kids all love this. I showed them the movie first so they could kind of gauge what was going on, and they loved it. We're not quite done with the read aloud, and that's okay because we're going to be reading this summer. Which brings me to English 3. This is from BJU Press. Everything prior, remember, is Horizons, but this is BJU Press. I love BJU Press because it has so many teacher supplements. Like my teacher book has like all these transparency guides, which is like these half sheets of extra practice. We have reviews, we have text practices. I even purchased the test. Just so many different supplements if your kid feels like they're kind of stuck and they don't quite are not grasping the concepts. They have so many things. But now I do rip the pages out because the book binding is just kind of like, which is fine. I like that it's hole punch too. But like here, graphic organizers, drafting letters, things like that. That's what he was working on yesterday. So many things. We're not quite done with this either. And that's okay in my opinion. You know, they got like some library stuff in here. And then, like, I'm old school, and we will be getting a set of encyclopedias. I grew up with a set of encyclopedias, and I want my kids to. I want them to learn how to function without relying on the internet too much. So we are going to continue this all through next year. I'm not doing this summer, but we will be doing it all next year. So that's another one which he, you know, starting 4th grade, but for grammar, he will be on 3rd grade. And this is the reason for handwriting manuscript that I feel he should continue to do and work on, you know. I love it because it's like lots of Bible verses and stuff, so they can learn their Bible verses while doing this. And now we finally made it to 3rd grade math in his 2nd semester of school, but that's okay. We're going to be continuing this on through the summer. This is a summer school class that we will be doing. He's doing pretty good. We just literally started it. So now he's on lesson 21. It's 160 lessons, but like I said, it is what it is. Eventually we will get caught up in on grade level, but it's no rush. We'll get there when we get there. History, Heritage Studies 3, also from BJU Press. Again, supplements, maps, things to really help your child. What they have to read is so small. Maybe like 3 or 4 pages per unit. So this is how I do with Elijah. So usually he may have like 2 or 3 vocabulary words. So when we first start history, the first thing he'll do is do his vocabulary. He will have to write the definition and, you know, the word and what it means and all that, or the person that they're going to be speaking about. And then he'll turn around and read the 2 to 3 pages in his history book on day 1. Day 2, he'll go to his activity manual and he will do the whatever section. Sometimes it's a page, sometimes it's 2 pages. Oh, this particular is a study guide to help him get ready for a test. But there's like these little activities and stuff that he'll do. I'm trying to find just a regular activity. Okay, like this was on the electoral college. It's just little activities like this. It's usually 1 page. Every now and then it's 2. And then day 3, well, I'll grade this. And then day 3 of history, with me and him will sit down and we'll have like a Q&A just to make sure he understood everything he read and if he had any questions about it. I wonder if I should save this. I'll go ahead and do the group subjects. Bible Truths 1 from BJU. We love it. Bible is like the one course where the kids are heavily engaged. Like they just, even when they're ready for school to be over, they will sit and talk and discuss and ask questions. And we just love the Bible, and we love Bible class, and we have some really, really, really good conversations. And I mean, it's just, we love it. We love it. We usually have some type of a craft or something that goes with it. But yeah, Bible Truths, we are nearly done with this. It's 160 lessons, and I believe we're on lesson 88. This is one of those subjects that it doesn't matter how long it takes you to get through it. I'm not going to be wasteful, but I am going to say that for when I start buying my curriculum, when am I going to buy it? Maybe June or July. I will be buying Bible Truths too, even though we are still working through this one. But I'm going to go ahead and buy it because I have a feeling we're going to, like, maybe January, ready for it. And I do not like needing curriculum in the middle of a school year. So let's talk about Jerry and Kelsey. Okay, so Bible is a group subject. I'll go ahead and talk about another group subject. Adventures in Creation from Master Books. We're completely done with this, and I just get the biggest sense of accomplishment anytime we're done with something. It just melts my heart. So basically, I bought the ebook, which I feel is the best decision. If you have more than one kid, like if you have small kids and you know your small kids, like kindergarten and first grade, are not going to be reading this, what you do is just buy the ebook, print off what you need, like the activity pages, like stuff like this. Print that kind of stuff off. That looks so elementary, but let me just show you the type of stuff like Elijah was doing with the kids, like solar systems. This was like when we were studying the, this science is based off of the 7 days of creation. So like this is day 4 of creation, the sun. Lots of activities with that. Like it's a lot of fun things that even your older kids can do. I'm trying to find something like, activities and stuff. Like we did, the moon phases. I think this is probably every homeschooler's favorite thing to do with Oreo cookies. You know, we did fish and, you know, animal habitats and, you know, things like that. So this was a complete hit. Loved it so much that guess what I went and did? I went and bought the second one, Adventures in the Physical World. This time I decided not to bind it because there's sometimes like somebody, Kelsey won another paper because she made a mistake on, and instead of like, I can now just take this out and bind it together. But it's like, this is not a summer school class, so we will be continuing this on next school year. But like this, mechanical energy, we've been doing the types of energy, things like that. You know, we're building ramps to show how the different types of energy that it is. And again, I did not buy the physical book. I just have, you know, this is the kind of stuff that you can print off for us. You know, now the kids are old enough, they can read and write for themselves. But I still didn't purchase a physical copy. At this level right now, I just don't see it being necessary. All right, so that was our third group subject. Now, oh my goodness, I love Worldly Wise. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love the whole Jordan and Tiana storyline. It's so special because you follow these kids from the kindergarten level to the first grade level. And in second grade, it just boosts up. Like, second grade is still a primary grade. Why are they taking this storyline from us? Like, I think they could have did it up into third grade. Now, after third grade, I do feel it is a little bit too kiddie. But second grade, nope, they got you reading passages, writing complete sentences. Like, okay, fine. I love how they push the kids, because I was telling my husband, I was like, why can't we do this for one more year? And he was like, it's time to push them, And I'm like, oh, this was so good. So basically what Wordly Wise is, you have to have the teacher guide for kindergarten and first grade. So basically, this is what it's going to look like. You get a list of words. They show you the order that the story goes in. You, the teacher, has to use your teacher book to read the story. The story is not found in these student books. So basically, these are useless unless you have the student book. The teacher book. You have vocabulary cards and concept cards. So basically, what this is teaching kids new vocabulary, new words to use, And I don't know if it's because I speak to my kids like they're higher level, if that's why their vocabulary expands, or is it this book? I don't know. But all I know is my children, they definitely have a vast vocabulary. And then after you read the story, they have to put it in sequence it. And then here they want you to color pictures according to the words that you read to them. So this is Jeremiah's, but I wanted to just show you a difference between this scribbly paper compared to his coloring starts getting better at the end of the school year. Granted, he still doesn't like to color, but it's just so funny how all of a sudden you just see them make such a huge difference. And then there's a journal in the end where you have to give them a word. They have to write a little sentence or story about it and draw a picture. So we completed this, and it was such a very good feeling when, we've accomplished something. All right, handwriting for the first graders. I did like it, but we're going back to a reason for handwriting. This is Horizons. Okay, we're just going to go back to a reason for handwriting. I liked it, but I didn't love it. A reason for handwriting, I loved it. Spelling, oh my goodness. Same thing, I ripped the lessons out. Sample lesson, 5 lessons per spelling list, and then there's a test in the end. Loved it. We are moving and grooving with spelling. Now this is going to be a summer class because we're so close to finishing. So close. And then math. Math. You don't have too much. People don't like Horizons math because it gets so repetitive. This is a sample. You got 2 pages for first grade. Horizons math is spiral. You will learn concept after concept over and over and over again. And then they slowly will add a new concept. Okay? The new concept, and then the next section, you're going to review the old. Oh, here's the new. The next lesson, review the old. Oh, here's the new one. Now, I am on the fence with Mr. Elijah. May I please go back to the third grade math? Sometimes I do feel it's a lot. This is what he completes for math. So far, Horizons 4 is on the list. But other times I'm wondering, is it too much? Like one day he really was complaining. He doesn't complain about it being too much too often. And I try not to speak about it being too much because, as soon as you say something, then kids are like, oh, yeah, it is too much. So I'm just going to wait and listen to him, engage what he feels. So one day he was like, oh, my God, Mom, can I please? Is this enough? And I was like, yes, it is. If he tells me it's too much, I'm not going to make him. I was like, just do every other problem. But I've been hearing about that from several people. And then we have our reading. We are on grade level with reading. We just got on grade level not too far. I'm sorry, not too long now. We are on lesson 8. So as you know, I'm sorry, no, heck no. We're on lesson 20 something. I was showing you lesson 8. Yeah, we're on lesson 20 something, but sample. There is a reader. Now this reader, I have the kids read to me. It's small, short words, so they can read it and they don't have a problem with it. It does get a little lengthy. There are times it does get lengthy. I'm just looking at future lessons, but yeah, it's sometimes I do feel like, oh my gosh, this is a lot, but I think they can handle it. If it's a lot, then we'll just stop, you know. And then for their health, excuse me, I just feel like there's so much planning and prepping and not enough for them to kind of plan it all out for me. But the health class from next year, we're going to give it a try with Horizons, and I'm going to see what it's like having just the one class, but I think it should be okay. Well, anyway, so that's the curriculum that we're using for next year. I hope that you thoroughly enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit long, but I was going to do 2 videos, one for 3rd grade, one for 1st grade, but I decided just to combine it. But anyway, if you have any questions whatsoever, if you want me to do a flip through or anything like that, please leave your comments and questions down below. Please hit like and subscribe to support my channel. I really am trying to grow and, you know, get my word out to everyone that possibly needs some help. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me. And you know what? I'm going to make this commitment right here and right now. Join me next week for another day in the life video. I am going to be more consistent about those. See you later.